Hello everyone, happy almost full moon. And I say almost because as I am recording this, it is about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can translate that into whatever time it is where you may be. I'm mentioning that because I want this reading to be as relevant to you as possible here and now in this moment. And for some of you, this reading will directly apply to the immediately surrounding time of when I am recording this video. However, do know that these readings are technically timeless. So if you are just stumbling on this video months from now, even years from now, this message could still be for you. Because as we know, time is an illusion. Through these kinds of readings, these energy readings, we are reading into, well, as the name suggests, of course, energy. And energy does not know any time, space, or distance. I also want to say that because I am just doing a collective reading for this video, I am not dividing you into different groups. This means that some of the hyper-specific messages in this video may only apply to literally one single person. I want those who come to these readings and these videos to feel as personally understood, seen, and spoken to as possible. But in order to achieve that, I need to channel very specific messages from time to time that won't always resonate with everyone. So as always, use your own soul's intuition as your guide. Because as I always say, that intuition is the compass, the true guiding force, keeping you on your path, keeping you aligned with your path in this lifetime. I also want to let you know, if you're new to my channel, throughout these readings, I like to give tools in addition to the readings because I often channel very intense messages, and I don't want to just channel this information without giving you any kind of energetic tool you can use to process this energy and to shift it in the ways you desire. So throughout this reading, I will be recommending specific subliminal meditation tracks. Now, for those of you who don't know, subliminals are my favorite energy shifting, clearing, and grounding tool. They are a form of sound therapy, so to speak, because these tracks I've created contain several different elements designed to clear and shift your energy in very specific ways. So I've created more than 100 of them on my website for all areas of life. So as you see on the screen, I have subliminals for physical body changes, appearance changes, for mood shifts like confidence, happiness, for relationships, but specifically when it comes to twin flames, because I am a twin flame myself and very passionate about the twin flame path, I've actually created several subliminals designed specifically for different stages and different energetic shifts you would like to accomplish within your twin flame connection. So throughout this video, I will be recommending different subliminals based on whatever emerges in this reading, whatever kinds of energetic blocks, barriers, or potential obstacles may come up that some of you will connect with. And you can use these specific subliminals to essentially cope with and transform and transcend these specific forms of energy you may be experiencing. If you'd like to sign up for a 7-day free trial on my website, you will be able to access all of the subliminals I recommend in this video, as well as any of the more than 100 subliminals I've created. And all of the subliminals I mention, as well as more information on this membership, will be listed down in the description box of this video, as well as the pinned comment comment. So without further ado, let's start shuffling these cards and getting into this full moon in Virgo energy reading. And I want to say that although this could be used as a general love reading for the full moon, and I am guessing or kind of sensing that many individual messages will actually be coming through that may not be love related at all. But I do want to just pause and set the intention that the messages I'm specifically channeling here are going to be mostly specifically targeted to twin flames or divine counterparts, whichever term you resonate with specifically. However, if you don't consider yourself to be a twin flame, then whenever I say twin flame or counterpart, you can also use that to apply to a high-level soulmate relationship or whatever love relationship is most significant to you at this time. So if you're listening to this because you are co-creating these videos with me, I want to try something a little bit different with this reading. As I'm shuffling, I want you to actually take a deep breath with me here and set an intention for yourself for this reading. What kinds of messages do you want to or need to receive from this reading? Because everything begins with a clear intention. Whenever we enter a reading or begin watching a video with a clear intention at heart and in mind, that intention will be divinely fulfilled. Okay, so I've just pulled one card for you. Now I have 3 cards pulled for you, and let's see if any more cards come through. Kind of thinking there might be a little bit more for you. Whoa, okay. Wow, guys, I've never actually done a spread this big in one of these videos before. Let's move my coffee out of the way. I've actually got 7 cards for you. Wow. Okay. It's a lot more cards than I usually pull. Most of you who watch my channel know that I usually pull just 3 cards to begin with. So Spirit must have a lot to say to some of you. And I also do just quickly want to say, I always set up crystals, stones, just to see which ones I'm drawn to through the reading, to kind of indicate to me what some of you listening might be dealing with energetically right now. And I just felt seriously drawn to my clear quartz stone. Clear quartz really symbolizes an alignment energetically through all of our chakras. And for some reason, when I picked up this stone, I heard coming into alignment. And I heard that whoever needs to hear this message may actually not feel as though they are coming into alignment, because much of your life may look very chaotic right now, very confusing. Something to know about this full moon in Virgo, specifically the February 2021 full moon, is that it actually brings with it a chaotic energy, especially prior to the full moon. Chaos and yet healing, and that is the confusing seeming paradox of this full moon, because actually through the chaos, through the confusion, we are finding a very deep level healing, which is why some of you may find yourselves right now kind of vacillating between feeling very empowered, feeling very aligned, feeling very excited and passionate, and then suddenly feeling this drop off, feeling intensely chaotic and confused. This is because everything that is not meant for you is falling away at this time. And that falling away process, that aligning process, is at times very chaotic for you. So some of you may find that clear quartz is a powerful healing stone that you can either meditate with or set up somewhere in your home, in your living space, to help you kind of process and align these energies through your chakras right now. Okay, so let's begin flipping some of these cards, which, by the way, I'm using the Energy Oracle cards deck. Wow, okay. I'm feeling guided this time to flip them over one by one. Sometimes I do them all at once, but I'm feeling like we need to follow a progression here. I feel like there is a progression going on. So the first card I pulled is the yin yang, but in reverse. And this is giving me chills because The yin yang card is actually a direct symbol to twin flames, right? Because as many of you know who are twin flames, the yin and the yang represent the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy coming together, merging, achieving this perfect balance. But in the reversed position, I'm just sensing that some of you have either felt out of balance within your connection, specifically pertaining to these energies. So what this could look like will vary from person to person, but if you are a divine feminine, this may be feeling like you have been overworking yourself, overstressing yourself, unable to fully access your natural receptive energies that the divine feminine truly embodies. Which I'm already feeling that if you feel this out of balanceness, this imbalance within you when it comes to fully embodying your divine feminine in her power or your divine masculine in his power, whichever one applies to you, I'm feeling strongly guided to recommend to you my subliminals. This is a set of twin subliminals, so to speak, designed for twin flames who are either resonating as the divine feminine or the divine masculine. So you can choose whichever title, whichever label you consider yourself to be, but they are called the awakened divine feminine and the awakened divine masculine, respectively. And you can learn more about the energetic benefits from these twin flame, energetically balancing and empowering, awakening subliminals, because they will be linked down below in the pinned comment and in the description box if you'd like to read up on those. I'm just feeling like someone could really benefit. I'm especially hearing a divine feminine listening to this really needs to tap into her natural receptive energy, her natural creative energy, and release some of this stress from coming into this overly masculinized space, stepping into this unnatural space. Okay, so the second card I'm flipping over now is envy, but again, it's in the reversed position. I'm sensing that within your connection, there has been some kind of, for some of you, a third party situation. And like I said in my video on third parties, this isn't always a person. A third party is any kind of interference energetically within your connection. I'm sensing that for many of you, some kind of very 3D physical obstacle, either in the form of a person or some kind of interference, seemed to be preventing you from fully connecting with this person. But I'm hearing that you are actually learning to let this go, and that the full moon has been calling you to release this. I'm just laughing because this won't apply to all of you, but I feel like one of you or a few of you were actually forced to face, or you felt forced because actually you were being divinely guided, but it felt almost forcible because I just heard in your face, this situation just really came to a head for you recently, or is going to come to a head for you. You had to face it down, and it was very difficult for you. And for some of you, it drained a lot of your energy, but this was a powerful healing moment for you. So for some of you, I'm hearing that this third party was or is a person, that your twin flame may have been connecting with some kind of person. For others, I'm hearing it was an overstressing job, some kind of work that was seeming to prevent you from fully connecting with one another. There was just this unnatural facet, this very ego-driven facet of one or both of your lives that was preventing connection. But I hear that you were guided to face this and then to let it go. And I just heard that as you faced it, it fell away because you showed courage, because you weren't afraid to face it, because you stood in the face of it courageously. And if it hasn't dissolved or fallen away yet, I'm hearing that that is the portal to releasing this situation, that you must stand courageously face to face with this third-party situation, whatever it is. Be fearless, be brave, and above all else, be confident in the truth, what you know to be true about this person and about this connection. The third card I pulled for you is hostilities in the upright position. I'm actually sensing that this card is very connected with this situation. I feel that some of you, especially some of you divine feminines, had to stand up for yourself or had to face a situation in some way. And I feel that this will vary from person to person. Whatever this was, you had to assert yourself. With this hostility, I'm not so much hearing for most of you that it was an actual situation of what we traditionally call hostility, that kind of fighting with someone. I almost feel as if the hostilities were within. This was an internal struggle. This was a battle with yourself that you overcame or that you're going to overcome, something you're going through that requires you to be bold. I just keep hearing to be brave, to be confident, to face this situation head on. So I feel like many of you will connect with this in different ways, but if it resonates with you, I feel that you know exactly what I'm talking about if this message is for you. Some of you have already faced this situation and you're being called to celebrate that with this full moon. For others of you, you're still facing this inner hostility, this inner battle. For some of you, this is a battle between your ego and your soul. Because in this situation, if it is a third-party situation, I feel as though your soul can clearly see this connection, this person, this situation for what it is, and has already overcome it in many ways, has already transcended beyond this obstacle, but your ego is continually fighting it. That is the message here. Your ego is almost resurfacing this obstacle that you thought you'd already overcome. And just know that with the full moon in Virgo, if something is emerging again that you thought you had healed, that you thought you had overcome, it is simply because you are putting that final piece of energetic alignment in place. It's not because you're not healing, but because you are finally strong enough, finally healed to the point where spirit, the divine forces guiding your life, feel that you are ready to do this last bit of healing, ready to face this last challenge, ready to bring up a struggle, even an internal struggle that may have felt ancient to you, that may have felt long in your past, but there was something about it that still needed to be healed, and that is being healed at this time of the full moon. The next card I pulled for you is Door to Personal Healing and Happiness, but it was in the reverse position. Now, with this card, this is so synchronistic because where I live today, there was rain and sun simultaneously, and I just knew when I saw that this is going to be a message for this reading I'm doing later tonight. And in this image, of course, there is a rainbow, which rainbows only appear when there is simultaneously rain and sunshine. So I feel as though if you're connecting with this, you are in a time that feels symbolically that way. It feels as though there is both rain and sun either in your connection or in your life right now. There is so much joy, so much excitement, so much alignment taking place, but also so much doubt, so much anxiety, so many obstacles that seem to come up. But in this image, this rainbow is meant to symbolize that in spite of your worry, your fear, your doubt, that you are still healing through. You are opening that door to your deepest level healing and joy. Everything is coming together for you, even in spite of this rain. And in fact, the reason for this rain is to show you this rainbow. I know that sounds like a very cliche message, but I felt that someone needs to hear that. The reason you are experiencing this obstacle, this struggle, isn't because you're doing something wrong, but because you're doing everything right. It isn't because you aren't strong, but because you are now strong enough to handle that rain. You are now strong enough to stand in your power and overcome that obstacle. You're being guided to continue moving forward, to step through that door, even as you feel the rain falling around you, to continue keeping your eyes on that rainbow. Keep your eyes on the good. I'm hearing gratitude. I'm hearing that many of you will find peace and healing through making gratitude lists, through focusing on the positive. This will be, although a very simple, a very healing practice for you, and specifically self-gratitude. Finding things about yourself to appreciate, especially if you are someone who is in a period of physical separation with your twin flame. You need to know that every time you choose yourself, every time you love yourself, every time you express self-gratitude, your twin flame feels that unconditional love you are feeling toward yourself as though you are feeling it towards them, because you are. Because every time you choose yourself, you are choosing your highest love connection. You are choosing your twin flame. You are choosing your divine counterpart, because this is a mirrored, a reflected connection. And everything we shift energetically in a positive direction within ourselves also brings us into a closer alignment with our highest soulmate, or if you are a twin flame, with your twin flame connection. If you are struggling with these resurfacing doubts, this chaos, this confusion that comes up, I really recommend grounding yourself. My favorite grounding tool, of course, is subliminals. So I have created a 7-chakra subliminal designed specifically for twin flames to clear away these energetic blockages, these pockets of energetic resistance as they emerge, to allow you to fully step into your power, to balance and shift the energy within you, and in doing so, to magnetize yourself quite literally for deeper connection with your twin flame. So if that is resonating with you, that resonance is a sign that this tool is for you. So you can learn more about my 7-chakra twin flame clearing in the pinned comment and the description box. I will leave a link to it there. The next card I pulled for you is the Temple Path, and this is in the upright position. This is a beautiful card because this symbolizes that you are on the path to your highest good. Not maybe your highest goods from the ego's perspective, because the ego is very materially focused. The ego doesn't see the path to the temple. It only sees the temple. In other words, the ego doesn't see beyond the present moment. It doesn't see that healing, even sometimes chaotic healing, even sometimes healing that brings pain and confusion, is necessary in order to reach that glorious metaphorical temple. That most empowered, healed, strongest space requires that in the moment healing, requires that delayed gratification that the ego doesn't understand. But I feel this card came up in this reading because many of you have been experiencing, like we said before, with this sense of paradox in your life, meaning the rain and the sun at the same time, feeling excited for the future, excited for the alignment you're coming into, either individually or in your connection, but simultaneously feeling a resurfacing of fear, doubt, or some kind of obstacle. And this card simply came up for one reason. I already know. It came up because someone has been asking, consciously or unconsciously, for a sign that you are on the right path, a sign that things are coming together in your favor, and this is your sign. You are on the path. And I say that you could have been asking unconsciously, because sometimes we receive signs we don't think we asked for because we didn't think them with specific conscious thoughts or say them aloud with our words. We desired them through our energy. In a moment of darkness or fear or confusion, there was this aching within our soul to know that everything was going to come together. And because the universe is all loving and all knowing, it delivers to us even these signs we don't consciously ask for. So if that is you, you will know that message was for you because you may have felt it in your gut or in your heart space. In either one or more of your chakra centers, you may have felt a shift or a pull. And that was a sign that you were the one unconsciously asking for that sign. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the next card that I flipped over was Goddess of the Moon. This really reflects to me the fact that so often through this reading, I hear divine feminine. I know that there are divine masculines listening to this, but I feel many of these messages are very directly targeted to the divine feminine, which is so perfect because, of course, the moon symbolizes that divine feminine energy, that soft energy, and also how perfect that this card comes up in a full moon reading, because in this image, there's a beautiful goddess literally holding the full moon in her hands. So this is all just really symbolizing to me that with this full moon energy, everything is coming to a head, to a culmination, to a fruition, to a space of full empowerment. And in that full empowerment, a space of celebration. But I feel that for some of you, you felt an initial reaction of doubt to that message because you don't feel as though you're yet celebrating. But I just heard pending celebration. I also heard celebrating the healing, that this isn't a celebration of the ego per se. This may not be for you a celebration of some kind of material progress or material success, something your eyes can physically see, but a powerful energetic shift, a powerful form of deep level soul healing that has been taking place within you, especially through these winter months. I'm specifically hearing many of you have gone through a time of immense internal change. I'm really hearing the months from November to now, there has been this kind of cycle for many of you, a cycle that has felt very dark and chaotic, but has also brought with it the deepest healing and transformation energetically you have ever experienced in your life. And what you need to know is, although the ego might not be seeing results from this right away as it wants to see in the here and now, you have done the energy work. And whenever we shift energy in a powerful, positive direction, manifestation always follows, but you must keep your eyes steady on that goal, on that end result you desire to experience or live or manifest, even when the path looks dark or chaotic or confusing. Because you are on that temple path and you are beginning to embody that divine energy, that goddess energy for your divine feminines, or that God force energy for the divine masculines listening. Now, I am feeling guided to actually read a little bit more about this goddess of the moon card, just because it's so synchronistic that this card came up on a full moon, and I just feel that there are a lot of powerful, positive messages here for us. Intuition, going within. This card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving this card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it. Wow, I just had to pause for a moment because that message was so beautiful. I feel that many of you, I just keep hearing effortless reception, effortless manifestation. I feel that many of you in the past, either in your life or specifically in regards to this love connection, have been trying to push things into place, into being, into existence. But you're being asked at this time to step into your effortless power, not power that you have to force into being, but power that just flows from your fingertips as effortlessly as water flows down a waterfall, like in this image. Because of the healing work you've done, the transformative work you've done, that was often very grueling for you over the course of these winter months, this full moon symbolizes the culmination of that healing energetically and tells you that you are now more in tune and coming more in tune into your soul's intuition than ever before. But this isn't just some kind of airy-fairy energetic concept. In the real-time 3D physical world, this will begin to manifest. I'm hearing with springtime because spring brings rebirth, new beginnings. You've done the healing through the winter, and now there is a rebirthing in your life and in this love connection. A time to finally see above the earth the flourishing of those seeds you planted and watered day after day, even when you weren't seeing anything sprout above the surface. You trusted that those roots were taking hold, and they were. In this metaphor, those roots are the energy, the stabilization of your energy, the transformations that were taking place within you. If you are feeling yourself, by the way, kind of pummeled by these intense waves of energy that are coming through with this full moon in Virgo, because this is a time, like I said, not only of great healing and transformation, but sometimes at certain moments it may feel like chaos. It may feel like endless to-do lists that never seem to get finished, trying to find this outer stability to reflect the internal shifts and changes. And if you just feel overwhelmed, I've also created a subliminal specifically for full moon energy clearing. I like to meditate to this every full moon and listen to it throughout the day. So that will be linked in the pinned comment and description box of this video. And finally, this is so perfect. I set this card aside, the 7th card, because I knew this card was special in some way. I knew it was going to be that centerpiece of this reading. And of course, that card is 4th chakra in the upright position. And as we know, the 4th chakra, of course, is the heart center, the heart chakra. Many of you have been in the process of opening your heart. And I just heard that someone has been feeling very emotional, just feeling these waves of emotional intensity, especially around this time of the full moon. And the reason that you're feeling this way is because at this time, your heart, well, it has been breaking wide open for months and months, but that's all coming to a culmination, to a fruition. Whenever the heart chakra begins to activate, to open, to awaken, which, by the way, often happens, or I should say always happens through a twin flame connection, but can also happen through a high-level soulmate connection. Any kind of deep love connection that touches our soul and breaks us wide open will cause a heart center, a heart chakra awakening. And when this happens, we often begin to feel much more emotionally sensitive. We not only pick up on the emotion of ourselves, of our own past as we process past hurt, past pain through the heart chakra, but we also feel collective pain, collective emotion. And it goes without saying that in this past year, 2020 into 2021, we've been feeling and processing a lot of collective hurt, a lot of collective pain. And this has really doubled for any of you going through a heart chakra awakening, especially those of you who are twin flames, because now you are getting it threefold. You are processing your own individual past, your own individual healings, trauma, even traumas passed down generationally, generational curses, so to speak. You are also processing heart energy specifically from your twin flame, because within the twin flame connection, we exchange energetic information through all 7 chakras, but most predominantly through the heart chakra. But then this is threefold, like I said, because you are also processing collective energy. So I'm just hearing to say, be gentle with yourself. I hear that many of you at this time have felt bursts of productivity, followed by deep periods of sadness, confusion, feeling overly emotional and wondering why. I just heard broken. Like some of you have almost asked yourself or wondered, am I broken? Is something wrong with me? Why am I so emotional? And know that you are a light worker. You are transmuting darkness into light. You are transmuting pain and trauma into healing, growth, and expansion individually within your love connection and on a collective planetary level. You are doing immense healing work, not only on yourself, but collectively as well. So if you're feeling tired or overly emotional, don't be hard on yourself, but rather celebrate the fact that you have reached this point of healing, growth, and strength, that you are capable of processing and transmuting so much emotional energy through the heart center. You have a beautiful gift, the beautiful gift of feeling, of energetic sensitivity, of light working. Don't undermine your gift by referring to yourself as broken or overly emotional or overly sensitive. You have the gift of sensitivity. Now, with that being said, give yourself time and space to rest, to relax. Because the theme of this reading is keeping your eyes on the prize, whatever that is for you, whatever end goal that is for you, whether it's a physical reunion with your twin flame or your love connection, whether it's a specific material goal that is very important to you. Whatever you're trying to manifest, keep your eyes steadily upon that goal, but know that on your path to that goal, whatever it is very important to allow yourself to pause, to rest, to relax, to recharge, to sometimes allow these waves of intensity, these waves of energy and of emotion to flow through you, to be processed through your energy body, to be patient and kind to yourself at this time. If you are specifically feeling a lot of emotional energy coming up, and how to know if this is you is if you find yourself feeling waves of excitement and happiness and then suddenly feeling very sad, feeling very confused, maybe crying for no reason at all, or just feeling very happy for no reason at all. The emotions can move in both directions. This means that your heart chakra is really overactive, really working overtime at this time. So I would really recommend incorporating my heart chakra awakening or activation subliminal. Specifically, if you are a twin flame, I have created one of these for twin flames and one designed for anyone in all types of love connections or no love connection at all. It's just a general heart chakra activation and clearing. So again, with all the others, this heart chakra activation subliminal will be in the pinned comment and the description box. This, I have to say, is the most beautiful energy oracle card spread I have ever read. So thank you for bringing your clear intentions and beautiful energy to this portion of the reading. Now, the last thing I'd like to do is actually pull a few cards from the Lover's Oracle deck. So for those of you who aren't familiar with my readings, in this portion of the reading, I like to just try and get a few messages specifically from your love connection, whether this is a high-level soulmate, a twin flame, or a divine counterpart, whatever love connection you intended for this reading. Okay, so I'm just shuffling these cards now, and as I shuffle, I just wanted to say, if I'm resonating with you, please do subscribe to this channel and give the video a thumbs up. I would love for you to join our soul tribe here on YouTube, our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings. Okay. I'm feeling 2 cards come up right away. Let's see if anything else comes out here. Okay, I have 4 messages actually. Okay, so I feel that many of you came into this reading with very clear intentions because I am just getting so much information coming through. So I hope that this is applying with some of you. Now let's see what we pulled out. The first card is power. You instinctively know what is right for you. You have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. I feel like this really goes back to the themes of empowerment within this reading. Specifically, the ways in which you are balancing your divine feminine or divine masculine energy and stepping into your full power and potential. But this also seems to tie back into that hostilities card from earlier. It seems to speak to the fact that some of you experienced some kind of third-party obstacle, some kind of resurfacing of an issue, either related to ego, related to a third party, or some kind of energetic obstacle that you have to face head on. And you must be in your power in order to face this situation courageously. The second card I pulled is transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. This is beautiful because this speaks to spring, us being right on the cusp of the season that symbolizes rebirth, that symbolizes flourishing, opening up, And I feel that within your connections, if you aren't already, many of you are going to see a deepening of this connection in the physical world, a flourishing like you haven't seen before. The third card is acceptance is key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point to trying to change that which is beyond our control. When I was preparing for this reading, I just heard endless to-do lists. And I saw that some of you may be literally making lists of things that need to get done, or others of you may just feel restless or anxious as though there is so much you need to do, but you don't feel the energy for it. And you need to know that there is power in acceptance, in quieting the ego, in turning within, being grateful for what is already manifested, what has already come, and finding peace in that, not needing to always rush ahead to the next thing on a to-do list. And finally, the fourth card I pulled for you is the past is now behind you. That just gave me this wave of relief moving through my being, and I know some of you felt that as well. This card is telling us the winter is behind you. Many of you have gone through a winter of immense pain coupled with healing. But during this healing process, it was very chaotic, dark, and confusing. But you need to know that now as we are moving into springtime, you have done the healing work and things are beginning to shift materially in a powerful, evidenced way for you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. And I'm hearing this tied directly to that temple path. Follow your temple path with faith. Continue on with your divine purpose, moving toward what you know to be true for you, the path you know to be true for you. Walk that path confidently, powerfully, knowing that you are on the path to the fulfillment of everything you've ever desired, either within your own heart and soul, within yourself, or within this love connection. And as a twin flame, just as a closing thought, those things do go hand in hand. As you are healing your own past traumas, uprooting your own negative belief patterns, clearing your own energy, moving towards your greatest passion and joy, you are taking steps closer and closer to deepening your twin flame connection, whatever that looks like for you, because I know that you are all at different stages on this path. Whether you haven't yet met your twin flame, whether you are dating them, whether you are in separation, whether you are actually in reunion. Even after reunion, the healing process continues when we are physically reunited. We continue to heal, grow, and expand. Because that is our purpose here on this earth. Our purpose is soul expansion. So thank you for joining me here in this reading. I hope that you received whatever message you needed to receive at this time. You can follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself for high vibrational content to keep your vibration up all day long. Just as a reminder, all of the subliminal meditations I mentioned through this reading will be linked in the pinned comment and the description box of this video. When you sign up for a 7-day free trial account on my website, you can access these subliminals as well as the more than 100 subliminals I've created completely free for 7 days. Thank you so much for co-creating all of these videos, all of this information here with me. Have a wonderful full moon, and I'll talk to you again in the next podcast.